What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Bull Combo. I hope you guys are doing great, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I'm coming at you guys with another weekly Metaverse update video. But before we get started, a couple things to get through. As always, if you want to get to a specific topic or a specific time in the video, you can use the timestamps listed down below in the description. I'd also recommend going over to the My Name is Humid podcast YouTube channel and checking out the podcast I did with them earlier today. We had a 1-hour chat where we talked about some of the progress of the Earth2 platform. So if that's something you're interested in, I definitely recommend going and checking that out. Now let's go ahead and jump right into this week's weekly update. We're going to kick things off with Meta. So after some delay, after a beta that actually launched last summer, Meta has finally released Horizon Worlds to all 18 and up users in the US and Canada. So for those that aren't familiar, Horizon Worlds is basically a tool that allows users to create worlds or experiences in 3D where other users can come in and interact and experience those. Users are represented as avatars that can show actions and emotions, and they can engage in basically social experiences. Horizon Worlds is available on Oculus headsets currently, and it allows for some really cool social engagements. This is only 50% of what Meta actually announced. The other 50% of what we're expecting in the near-term future is Horizon Home. However, Horizon Home is a little bit different in that it's basically a home setting that you're automatically brought into when you put your Oculus headset on. So for those that have Oculuses right now or are familiar with how an Oculus works, when you put a headset on and you start it up, you automatically are logged into your home environment. And this home environment is from one of several pre-selected environments that you can choose from. What Horizon Home is going to do is it's going to give people the ability to create custom versions of those home environments. So I think that that's going to be a really cool experience. You'll be able to invite people over to your custom home experiences and kind of create like a virtual home party or home get-together. Could have some pretty cool uses down the road. Nevertheless, very cool to see that Horizon Worlds is out now. I'll definitely be jumping on my Oculus headset this weekend. I plan to test it out a little bit, play around with it, see what I can make. I'll let you guys know what kind of fun I have on it. The Sandbox. The Sandbox Alpha is still live. It's going to be live until December 20th. The Sandbox still has ongoing daily contests and giveaways, so if you're trying to win a Sandbox Alpha Pass, I definitely recommend heading to their Twitter, checking out their Discord, or watching any of the live streams that they do on their YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. They seem to be doing those nightly right now, and sometimes in the morning as well, and they seem to be giving away things like Alpha Passes in those streams. So if you want to win an Alpha Pass, I definitely recommend checking out one of those routes. Remember, Alpha Pass holders that complete all of the Alpha Quests will receive 3 exclusive NFTs and 1,000 Sand token each, which, as of the time of filming this video, is about $5,000 US. So quite a hefty reward just for completing some Alpha Quests in a game. This is kind of an example of how play to earn is going to work. I obviously imagine it's not going to be quite as drastic as $5,000 per player, but the potential is there, especially for those that put time into a game. I know I play a lot of video games. I spend a lot of time playing video games, so I would prefer to be rewarded for that time, and I think this is great to see. Additionally, there's been a few NFT collections released on the marketplace over the last week, from holiday themed to creator fund themed and everything in between. So now's the time to score some unique exclusive Sandbox NFTs before the next rush. Sand is down a little bit at the moment, and there are some NFTs that aren't too expensive in the Sand prices. So if you're looking to score your first Sandbox collectible, definitely recommend checking out some of the drops that are available on the marketplace right now. Earth2. So if you didn't see the standalone video I released earlier this week, Earth2 made a pretty large announcement in their partnership with Polygon Studios. Polygon Studios is basically going to work with Earth2 to oversee all of their blockchain and crypto-based features that are rolled out in the near future. For those that aren't familiar with Polygon Studios, they're basically a division of Polygon, the blockchain. They're a layer 2 solution on Ethereum. Polygon and Matic is a token that you can actually buy. For those that are in the crypto space, you're probably well familiar with Matic token. But Polygon Studios is a division of Polygon that specifically specializes in investing and supporting blockchain and play-to-earn based projects and metaverse experiences. So you may know some of the other partners they've worked with, such as Animoca Brands, the Sandbox, Axie Infinity, Decentraland, OpenSea, basically all of the heavy hitters in the NFT, metaverse, and play-to-earn space. So Earth2 choosing to partner with Polygon Studios, more specifically Polygon Studios choosing to partner with Earth2, it's a very good sign. So we're going to have to see what kind of stuff we see come out of this. We don't know any of the details regarding any of the tokenomics for any crypto drop or anything like that. We don't even really 100% know what the crypto is going to be, aside from some confirmation in Discord. So we will have to keep an eye on this to see how things progress. I imagine we won't see anything for at least 3 to 6 months, maybe less, maybe more. We'll have to await updates to see exactly what the timeline is. Either way, it's exciting to see Earth2 partnering with Polygon Studios, such an established studio where they can utilize and lend their resources and their dev team assets. So great things on the horizon for Earth2, hopefully, and we'll keep an eye on how things progress. Audius and DeFiLand. Audius has officially built a radio tower in the DeFiLand metaverse. With this radio tower comes the ability for DeFiLand users to stream any of the millions of songs in the Audius library while playing the game, and it comes just in time for DeFiLand's public launch, which is expected to be announced in the coming weeks. DeFiLand, whose gameplay teaches gamers the concepts of decentralized finance through farming simulation, raised $4.1 million in a funding round in September led by Animoca Brands and Alameda Research. Audius also raised an additional round of funding at $5 million in September, with mainstream staples Katy Perry, Pusha T, and the Chainsmokers, among other investors. So basically what we're seeing here is an integration between a decentralized blockchain metaverse and a blockchain-based music streaming company. I actually recently read an article this week talking about how 2022 could see a rise of blockchain-based music platforms and a decrease in the use of platforms like Spotify. It's no surprise, and it's no secret really, that artists get paid nothing. They get paid peanuts for the amount of streams that they get on Spotify. I mean, even users with millions of streams are receiving such a small portion of those proceeds. So to create a blockchain-based streaming platform like this that more properly and more proportionately rewards artists for their work could be a game changer. And if it really does reward artists the way it seems like it could, we're going to see a lot of musical artists migrate their music to platforms like this. So Audius seems to be on the front end of this. I imagine there'll be competitors over the next year. There's competitors for Spotify, so there's going to be competitors for this as well. Nevertheless, it's a sign of a coming wave of technology, specifically blockchain-based music streaming apps, and I'm really curious to see where this goes because I love music. I'm really interested in metaverses, and I think the two combining wherever possible is just a very big deal. Apple. New details have leaked about Apple's upcoming headset. The headset will weigh between 300 and 400 grams, which compares pretty closely to existing VR headsets on the market. However, it sounds like Apple is already working on the successor to this headset, even before its release. This specific headset will be a mixed reality device enabling augmented reality and virtual reality experiences in a single headset, which honestly sounds very cool. Rumors also point to the first generation headset being extremely high-end with high-resolution displays for each eye and M1 chip level performance. It's also expected to be fairly expensive, with prices starting above $1,000. So it looks like it's going to be aimed at the early adopter, early investor crowd, people that are really willing to shell out the big bucks for a premium brand new product. Nevertheless, it's the sign that AR is coming. Clearly, Apple has plans on taking AR very far down the road, and in the article that I actually read about this, it went on to say that Apple's also working on a full-on AR glasses piece of tech that they don't expect to be released till 2025 for obvious reasons, but it's clear that they have a development roadmap here. We already know other companies like Microsoft and Facebook are working on this. We have Vuzix working on their own smart glasses. We're going to see a lot of options like this in the near future, but it sounds like Apple's going to be at the forefront here. I'm curious to see if they take an iPhone route. If they really do take an iPhone route and make this the most robust piece of tech like this in the space to date, I could definitely see a lot of people purchasing it, myself included, which would be my first Apple product really, since I'm not an Apple fan. I use Android and PC, etc. Nevertheless, I'm really excited to see what type of experiences we get on this Apple headset, how it looks, how it feels, how it's utilized, and really seeing where brands push this, what type of experiences we see brands decide to roll out for this type of technology. VeVe. It's been another week of announcements and drops on the VeVe platform. They kicked things off with the release of Avengers number 47 and Spider-Man number 3 comic drops, and they followed that up with the announcement of Darkhawk number 1 comic drop. Not to be outdone with those, they then announced partnerships with Citroën and DS Automobiles, 2 European car companies, as well as DreamWorks Interactive. Shortly after the DreamWorks Interactive partnership announcement came the announcement of Voltron-themed NFTs dropping on the VeVe platform. It seems like VeVe's pulling in tons of brand new partners, tons of licenses and IPs on a weekly basis. However, over the last few weeks, there has been a bit of a decline in at least the success of the OMI token. I'm not sure about the popularity of VeVe. It seems like drops are still selling out at an astonishing rate. However, it's starting to look like there may be some bot behavior coming into play here. It's still a little bit too early to tell exactly what's going on. Nevertheless, there has been a dip in the OMI token value itself. There's been a dip in some of the momentum behind VeVe itself. either way, they're still doing what they can from their side to keep the hype going, to keep the interest going by bringing in all of these brands, by making these weekly announcements, by having these weekly drops. So I'm really curious to see how this plays out, whether or not the IMX migration delay is playing into some of the FUD that's going on here, whether or not it's just a phase we're seeing in NFTs as a whole, because as much as we feel like we understand them, we are so early in the life cycle of NFTs. We have no idea where we actually are in that life cycle. We could be still in the very early stages. We could be completing the first phase. We really aren't quite sure where we are yet, and we'll find that out here in the next few months or in the next year. But until then, we're going to have to keep an eye on the space and see exactly what happens. I think VeVe's well equipped to make it through any sort of downtime, and I'm really curious to see what types of partnerships and drops they announce here in the near future. All right, guys, and my last update for this week was regarding the Dvision Network. And the Dvision Network is something I've covered on updates over the months. I haven't talked about it in any of the recent updates, but that's changed because our favorite Metaverse investors have made another big play that's worth us talking about here. Republic Realm is at it again. This time they've officially acquired 18 3x3 land plots within the New York and Seoul metacities of Dvision Network. Republic Realm previously acquired land in the Sandbox, Axie Infinity, Somnium Space, and Decentraland. Dvision Network is a 3D metaverse project that's been on the market for a little over a year now, and they've seen several partnerships, funding rounds, and overall application improvements. They've actually had a playable version of their metaverse experience for about a year now, and I think that they're actually one of the more developed metaverse experiences in the space. They definitely remind me of Somnium Space a little bit. They're going for a more realistic style experience. In a way, they kind of remind me what Earth2 is kind of trying to make its end goals kind of similar to. So cool things coming out of Dvision Network. I think the fact Republic Realm is paying them so much attention and taking them so seriously is a big deal. Republic Realm predicates itself on basically being the first metaverse-style investment group that's just investing in virtual land. And for them to take this seriously to the point that they invested so much in these plots really shows the type of future success and potential they see the Dvision Network having. And if they feel that way, chances are there's probably some success there. All right, guys, that was all I had for this week. If you liked any of this stuff, make sure to smash that like button. And if you have any comments or feelings or opinions on it, make sure to throw those down in the comments down below. I'd love to answer any questions I can. I'd love to see those comments or opinions on some of this new and emerging tech, some of the new and emerging ideas that are coming out of the metaverse space. If you guys like the content you're seeing here, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell to get notified. I post weekly videos, and I want to make sure you guys see those. Other than that, I want to thank you all for the support, as always. I hope you all have a fantastic Friday, an excellent weekend, and until next time, we'll see you soon.